Hello, Rita.
Hey,
Hello, Bev.
Hello.
howdy.
Hi. Okay. I leave you here. I'll get some coffee.
Morning, everybody.
Morning. How you doing, Sam?
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks. And yourself?
Yeah, good. How's all the Minecraft stuff going?
Good, good.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
going
I'm
good.
thinking about Minecraft all day, but we already
Yes.
got some students, and I hope to get more. Now I just
Excellent.
contact a blog about, well, the name is Freaks, parents who are freaks for video games. So they're going to offer me something. Let's see.
Okay,
Awesome.
lovely. My students, I'm my personal student from Preply. She's quite an active youngster, and so her summer holidays she goes hiking. She's a mountaineer. So they're not going to join for July, but they're definitely going to move over from Preply to Oxinity in August.
Ah,
So
good.
she can do Minecraft like that. Yeah.
Well, in August, I'm not sure if we will have Minecraft. In September, yes. So, well, let's see, step by step. So I don't know if more people are joining. I hope so. How was your week? Well, I see new names, Rita and hi, how are you? And then MS. I don't know who you are.
Hi,
Hello,
nice to
guys.
meet you.
It's here. Hi.
How are you? All good?
Yes,
So-
fine. Thank you.
Well, thanks.
Thank you
and
for
stuff.
allowing me to join the meeting today.
You're very welcome, Rita. Where from?
I am from Portugal.
Portugal. Okay. So we have some great Portuguese teachers here in the community. I hope they join. Don't know if many people will join today, but well, hopefully we will have Sonia here. She's from Portugal. Who else? Well, we'll see. So how are you guys? Mark, how are you? Welcome once again.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Hi,
Let's see,
Blanca. Hi, Bev. Hi, Josie. Hi, Sagar. And okay, so you guys, if you can, I can see that we have Sam. I know that Sam's internet or resources are not so great, maybe, so no problems. But if you can switch your cameras on, it will be much better. I can see you. I will be able to see you better. I will be able to interact better with you guys. Then we have a new, someone with the initials of NS, but I don't know, well, your name. So hello to you.
Oh, that's me. Hello, Radmila.
Yeah.
It's Natasha Shoniwa.
Natasha. Great.
Yes.
Okay. Good to see you. Well, to know that you're there.
Oh, here you
Hi, Kirsty. Okay, so first of all, guys, do you remember what we started a conversation last week? Do you remember what it was about? Anyone?
Radmila, I remember it was about making teaching efficient
Wow. Yes.
at a good price for the client too.
You were an A student, Natasha. Definitely. Pay attention. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. That was it. That was it. And it started with a question. If you remember, or it was triggered by Jeff Bezos's quote about. So he had asked himself the question, all right, more than what will happen in the next 10 years, what is going to remain the same? And those things that are not going to change, he takes them as a premise to build his empire. And so he did. So as I was saying, I'm not, or we are not, I'm not trying to compare or to take them as an example, because we have a completely different model and we empower the small players to compete big. So not as Amazon, but that triggered a very interesting debate. And we started it, but it's not finished. So for today, I'd like to deepen more, and I really encourage you to answer this for yourselves. It's very important that you know, if not in 10 years, Mari Carmen was telling me, probably 10 years is a lot of time for many people to figure out, to imagine themselves, but probably 5 years. And I think it's a fair point. So 5 years from now, will you still be a teacher? Will you still be necessary? Will you still be in the business? Will you be thriving? Who will you be working with or for? Will you be on your own? Will you be surrounded with more people? What will it be? What will it look like? And it's a very good exercise for you. And I'm not saying you have to answer, oh, Oxinity and forever and whatever. No, 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 no. Everyone has to have it for themselves. It can differ completely from what we do here. Our conclusions are based on our analysis, on our experiences. If you have something different to say, I'd love to know. I'd love to know. So just for teachers that are joining as Rita is for the first time, a little bit of context for you guys. So what is our mission? Eventually, an efficient education at the best price, at the good price, yeah? Efficient education at a good price. This is probably the vision that we want as a company, as an organization, as a community. And then the mission, and this is something that I'm going to repeat throughout the meeting many times, but I'm going to, I make you aware of it now because I think that it's important to understand it. The mission is we collect data from students in real time, we transform them into content for teachers to be more efficient with artificial intelligence, and we do that at the best price for students and the best price for teachers. So when I was calling the meeting, I called it the rule of three. And again, we have here 3 very clear elements that for us are the very basis of our business. And yeah, people might be scared of the word business. It is kind of scary, but believe me, you answer those for yourselves, you are going to scale here and anywhere else. So these are kind of things that you can take outside Oxinity and still successfully apply them, hopefully. Now, I'm not having a beautiful sentence, as Mari Carmen called it. Not today, but I have a beautiful example. So my beautiful sentence is something that I myself will be repeating throughout the meeting that hopefully is going to help you tremendously. So I'm going to be very repetitive with my beautiful sentence, but I have a beautiful example. So that beautiful example comes again from sports, which all the time, sports all the time can, we learn from it all the time. But before that, let me ask you something. First, a question, then the example. Who here is, what is your opinion on artificial intelligence? Do you think that it's going to replace humans? It's going to make them redundant? What do you guys think about it? Anyone who wants to give it a go?
I can.
You can, yeah, of course.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, obviously it depends on which, if you're thinking about it like jobs, there's different jobs, but I really think that we can utilize AI and make it work in our favor. I think that's the future, at least in our lifetime. I don't know past that.
Yeah, well, hard to imagine, but yeah, okay. See, long enough. Who else? Okay, so Josie thinks this is what she thinks. Who else has something to say? Amy, what do you think?
Well, I have to agree with Josie. I really do think that it is the future. And there's definitely many benefits from it. I think that we can take from it and use it. How far? Well, that I think we have yet to see.
Okay, thank you. Who else wants to give their opinion on artificial intelligence? What do you think, Jose? Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I just wanted to say that I just feel that it lacks the empathy, the personal touch.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Okay. So, are you scared of it? Yeah. Are you scared of it, Bev? Do you think it will replace you?
No, I'm not scared that it will replace me, but I find where it's all going is really scary. I have 2 students that run an AI company. I teach them every week, and what they tell me is it's just too much to cope with what they're doing. It's crazy. It's just not real. And I had some amazing conversations with the CEO. He's great and interesting. And what they're making these avatars that if you can't make a meeting, your avatar will have the meeting, and it actually has facial expressions. It's like, oh, so yeah, they're working on these really intense programs.
Yeah, okay. I wish I lived 200 years from now to see that. Anyway, so Jose, what do you think? Artificial intelligence for you?
I don't know. It's kind of scary sometimes, especially what I'm hearing lately about it. These kind of things that Bev said. I don't think I think it's gonna take a long time to get to that point that it can replace teachers. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but if it happens, it's gonna be in a long time because even it's developing quickly. I think it takes a lot of things, a lot of improvements to actually replace a person in a job like teaching, because you can replace in all the kind of jobs, you know, that you can, I don't know, even I've been in restaurants that a machine was serving food to me, you know, these kind of things. But the teacher's job is more complex than that. It's way more complex. And it's all about like the emotions and expressions. It's something not easy to copy from a human, you know? So, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Now, before you listen to the story that I'm going to share in a minute, now think of your personal traits and how they impact teaching. Think of that, okay? So, and with this, so everyone can say, okay, so I'm this, and this, yeah? 3, 4 adjectives that would describe your personal traits as a teacher. So think about it, write them down if you want. And I want to show you a lady here. So for Spanish teachers, do you guys know who that lady is? Anyone? Does it ring a bell?
Is it Muguruza?
No. No.
She's Carolina Marín, right?
Yeah. So what do you know about her? Yeah. Carolina Marín.
She plays badminton and she's a world champion. Or she was. I don't know if she's currently the world champion, but she's been the world champion for 3 times, yes.
Yeah, 3-time world champion, an Olympic gold medal from Rio, the Olympic Games in Rio. So the lady is amazing. Plus numerous trophies, championships. I mean, you name it, she's got all of it. So definitely a talent, a very, very big talent here. But there is something that very few people know about her. And they call her the Queen of Big Data. So that's how people know her, as the Queen of Big Data. So turns out that some years ago, her coach, Fernando Rivas, started using data and inputs from her rivals, analyzing games. And around them, he would trace the right strategy for her. So what he did is he started collecting all these data manually. by watching games, analyzing every single detail. Don't ask me about the technical part of it. It's not important, but that's what he did. And he went even further. So he asked himself, okay, so if I am able to identify patterns, then I'm going to be able to adjust the Carolina's strategy better. So he started doing that. And at the same time, but it was a lot of very hard work because all these processes were manual. So he started with a simple Excel sheet. And at the same time, her physical trainer started monitoring every single aspect of the physical preparation, starting with her sleep, her muscle conditions, her physical wear in training, how much she sweats, how fast she recovers after a long training, and so on and so forth. Until and obviously that impacted very much on her performance. And she started being noticed in a sport that no one pretty much or very few people pay attention to, badminton. But one day, a team of coders actually got interested in her, and she was lucky, or probably she wasn't lucky, she was just looking for it or seeking that help. But a Telefonica team provided an application. They created a proper app with big data and artificial intelligence. So this example, I think it speaks volumes, because after that, she really became unbeatable. Now, nothing is random in her preparation, nothing, neither the physical part nor the strategy. The only thing that is a little bit more random is her mental condition. This is the only thing that they leave to the unknown. Yeah, it depends on whatever. This is something that they cannot control, but the rest is absolutely controlled by big data and artificial intelligence. The consequence and the big learning to me is how much they've improved Carolina's efficiency and reduced the invested cost, human cost, financial cost, everything. So what the tech team, the Telefonica tech team says about all this, the whole thing is, they say this. So the only thing that we do is we provide the tool for Carolina, but the one who wins is Carolina herself. You see? So, I mean, this is a great lesson here, because eventually tools empower talent. Now, Carolina is a talented, very, very talented sportswoman. The tool empowers her. The tool increases her efficiency. Artificial intelligence dramatically increases the natural conditions that she has. So it's not going to replace her, but it magnifies everything that she does. Yeah, and reduces cost. So if you think about it, I mean, how many people here, now tell me honestly, guys, have ever thought, as a teacher, am I efficient? Am I? How do I know? No one has ever, no one has ever monitored me. No one has ever, I or you individually, maybe, aside from what we're doing here, have you ever measured performance? Have you ever measured patterns? So Carolina was born with certain skills. Practice made her better. Tools made her win. As simple as this. I want the same for you. Exactly the same. Now, with Oxinity, our mission is, we look at the data. We transform information in content for you so that you are more efficient. And that has to be at the best price, cost effective for students, the best rate for you. You see? So it's what Jeff Bezos is doing, what Carolina is doing, what our team here is doing for you. We take data from students, we analyze them with artificial intelligence, we transform them into content to make your teaching more efficient at the best price for the student, at the best price for you. So this is it. And once again, I mean, you alone, no matter how great, no matter, because you are, all of you, that's why I told you, think of your personal traits. And now think of a tool that can do that for you. Increase all these. So Mark, what were your answers? Your personal traits, your strengths, what were they?
Me, my strengths, what, as a teacher?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've been teaching for a long time. I've been in Spain for a long time. I suppose kind of cultural knowledge, experience. I've taught in many different companies, different types of companies.
Perfect.
You know.
So this is who you are, what you carry, that backpack of cultural experiences, own experience. That's great. And artificial intelligence or big data can only make you more efficient. With all your personal traits, it can only magnify them. Just this. So Blanca, what were your answers? Your personal traits?
Honestly, I didn't write any. I
Fair
don't
enough.
know. I have no
Okay, whatever it is, now think about it. So everyone can say, okay, I'm organized. Fine. With artificial intelligence, you will be better organized. I'm efficient. With artificial intelligence, you will be more efficient. You name it. Pretty much everything can be empowered by a greater tool. Everything. So now, if you look at on the student side, and if a student asks you, okay, so how are you different? Now, think of your traits and think how you can magnify them with artificial intelligence, looking at the data, transforming all this information that you're collecting into content to make you more efficient. You're the same person, you're just better. Your strategy is winning, you're a better teacher. This is it. Without it, you're yet another player. With it, Carolina Marín. You see, that's the difference. Sam, over to you. You've raised your hand.
Yeah. I was just going to say, with us, with like what Bev said, is we're a bit more compassionate when it comes to our students. I think with our tone of voices and the way we speak to our students, there's a bit more compassion and understanding in that than AI speaking.
Absolutely. Yeah. So AI is not there to do what you were doing. It's to do better the things that only a machine can do, and that joined to your personal traits makes you unbeatable. This is it. This is what artificial intelligence can do for you. And that's exactly what you guys have to tell your students, in my humble opinion. This is value. This is a value proposition. Now, so if you back to education. Okay, let's, Georgina, sorry, over to you.
AI, if it exists, only increases 2 of my traits, because the last one was called, I wrote personal awakening, and no machine can do that. But you also made me think of other revolutions, like the Industrial Revolution, like the Agricultural Revolution. Did those machines or tools substitute people? No, they just made things easier to go faster or more efficiently, or removed a lot of the workload from the peasants, whatever. But the more I listen to you, I think it's a question of balance, because we're here. AI, yes. AI, no. Teacher, yes. Teacher, no. Business, yes. Business, no. And it's just a tool. Actually, I'm afraid of people, not of AI. I'm more afraid of people and what they do with this than the actual thing itself. But I think that we have to start thinking about more like a middle way. Like, hey, it's a tool. It's going to do this part. It's going to really, I wrote challenge. Yeah, the system that I used gave the perfect challenge to the students. Great. I wrote impacting. Okay. It could fit there as well. It's a question of balance as well. I just want to say that, as somebody mentioned, use it the correct way. And knowing that there's a part that it will never be able to invade, despite whatever those researchers on AI do and say. I just want to share that balance.
That's great. That's perfect. That's perfect. So, okay. I mean, basically, when you think about it, and then I haven't even touched the financial part, the price and everything, but just the efficiency part. If you are capable of telling a student, look, I know exactly how I can improve efficiency of your learning, this sentence is a game changer. It doesn't start with I, it starts with you will, so it starts with another, you change the subject from I to them and you change it all. Now, okay, Josie, over to you and then I'll continue.
It's just quickly because it's connected. I think also the way and having this flexible booking system is such an important thing to get across, because one of the biggest challenges my students have is time. And if they're not attending classes, they're not going to progress. So having that flexibility means they're more likely to be able to take the classes and therefore they're more likely to progress. So I think it's really important. And the combination of that with the big data that tracks them, that makes sure the gaps are getting filled, etc., I think is like, it's those two together, a really powerful combination.
And okay, so when you explain it to them, actually, what aspect are you tackling? Are you tackling efficiency? Are you tackling cost? What is it that you were indirectly thinking, okay, I'm solving this problem here?
So I'm solving the time delay and the effort and the sacrifice that they have to put into to make
efficiency.
This efficiency. So to they have a dream and they have the perceived likelihood of achievement, how much they think they'll be able to achieve it. The more accessible you can make that to them by removing this effort and sacrifice and making it accessible, I think is just, super important.
I love it, because exactly this is something that you can explain and eventually you have to know. And I'm relieving the pain of inefficiency. So I'm making my solution more efficient, full stop. If, for instance, let's continue with this. If you tell your student that they can attend different groups and you're offering them the grouping option, what pain are you relieving? Which pain?
Financial.
That's it. Cost. Absolutely. So you're offering a solution that is better, more cost effective, cheaper, so to speak. And remember, efficiency and price. Efficiency and price. So every time you're telling people, look, I'm offering ... think, am I offering an efficient solution? Am I offering the best, the most cost-effective solution? This is it. If the answer is, oh, well, my classes, I'm great, take me, I'm a great teacher, full stop, and pay me a lot because I'm worth it, you are offering an inefficient and expensive solution. Not going to last. It's not going to last. Any teacher with the same traits or similar and a lower cost is going to take the student sooner or later. Probably sooner rather than later. With the internet now it's possible. When we are offering a one-to-one solution to someone that is telling us, oh, please prepare me for the first certificate exam. I need to do that. And you say yes. What solution are you? What pain are you relieving, if at all? And what type of solution that is? Georgina?
A dead solution.
A dead solution. Oh my God. I was going to be radical, but you.
I mean,
a dead solution.
But I'm saying this because of what I was speaking to some people yesterday, and we're talking about freelancing and students, how to get students and how to deal with student loss and this and that. And they said, yeah, well, you know, if they all want the exam, they pass it and they're gone. And I was thinking, but a person, when do we really start learning? When we actually have accomplished at least the basics of something, that person cannot go. That person has to keep practicing, keep listening, keep practicing really. That student is not over. So if we only think of like, I don't know, like filling up little holes and little gaps that the students need or want, let's say, let's keep it that way, that they want, it's something that it's bound to die sooner or later, but it's going to die anyways, right? And I think this is these people who say, I fulfill my students' needs, and then you're like, yeah, but is it their needs? Is it what they want? First of all, who's the expert, you or them? I mean, you're giving them what they're telling you, but they don't know English. So how can they tell you what they want, right? And what role are you having there? I mean, what kind of, teacher are you that's just saying, you want this? Okay, you want this? All right. I mean, there has to be sort of like, a balance where they feel satisfied.
Yeah.
They feel satisfied with what you're offering, but you're the one who knows. And I think that it's going to be much more efficient if they felt led by a professional than not just pleased. I don't know. And then, like, how do you know what they need? Because you talk to them and they tell you they want to learn phrasal verbs. Okay, but how do you know that's actually what they need? Maybe they already know enough of those. So again, the pleasing others.
Okay, so
and I said that to a client of mine, actually. I told her, she said, oh, are you going to come next year? Like, look, if you want a babysitter, I'm going to come. You want your girl to learn English? Let's do it this way. She passed her course, and let's go this way. But you want me to be your babysitter? I will come. So, yeah, I'd say dead strategies.
So, okay. There is one thing, and I agree. Only that there is one thing that we have to have in consideration, truth be told, which is people have needs, and we've spoken about it. So we must listen and provide a solution for those needs, to their problem, to their whatever it is. I just want to make you aware that when you provide a solution, you have to know exactly what pain are you relieving and how. Okay, so there is another, and there are different approaches to it. For instance, we realized, and we've spoken about it some months ago, we realized that people have to pass exams. Kids have to pass exams, and that is a real problem, not so much for the kid, but for the parents. So when you realize that there are people, parents that have a certain problem with passing exams, then you try to create something and figure out a way to improve efficiency to that need. So my whole point is we have to seek efficiency and price in all our solutions. And sometimes, we have to say yes to I need to pass an exam. We have to say yes to that and create the best strategy for it, which can be something as simple as a spindle. We can say yes to it. It's okay to say yes to it too, but we have to know how to improve efficiency in every single decision that we do, every single one, and cost. And when you do it thinking of what will benefit the student, it will immediately benefit you. Immediately. So those things that benefit the receiver, they will benefit you always. So you go for a most efficient solution for whatever their problem is, it benefits you. You go for for the most cost effective, cheapest for them, it benefits you. How come? Grouping. Again, I'm going to give you the short answer. It's grouping. With grouping, you can achieve it. You give them flexibility, you improve their efficiency, and it's a win-win for you too. So this is it. When you when you provide answers for your clients, think, am I is my one-to-one offer to them, is my offer the most efficient one and the most cost-effective one? And if the answers are no, because they cannot be just that, unless we have the right tools, the right strategy, then change it. Change it for something that will be efficient and cost-effective. Josie, over to you.
Yeah, just thinking about that as well. The value, the perceived value is super important. So the 18 euros or whatever they're paying, what they're getting for that needs to be perceived as like something much more. And that's where the quality and the flexibility and everything comes in. And I'll quickly mention now, I've been reading a really good marketing book, which I'll share with everyone after, because I think anyone can learn these skills. It's just about reading about it and just not seeing it as like a scary like business thing. Actually, it's an accessible skill if you just do a bit of reading, I think, and just take your time with it.
Okay. Okay. So what will we learn from it, just in one sentence?
Okay, I've not thought, because I'm still reading it. So I guess how to be a better marketer. Or
There
how
is
to get
another
clients.
thing
How to
you
get
told me
clients.
earlier. You told me earlier.
Oh, I've forgotten now. What did I tell you? Can you
It had-
remember? Sorry.
Tagline.
Tagline.
Yeah.
Tagline. I
Yeah.
can't remember. I'm sorry. It's gone. I lost it.
It's okay. So it was that thing that will trigger reactions in your prospects.
So yeah, thinking about the psychological element of it and like really getting into the deeper elements of the desire to learn is not necessarily like, you know, they want to learn to be better at work. Why? Actually, because maybe they want to come across as more intelligent to their co-workers, something like this. So it's even more than just wanting to do well. Was that the thing?
Well, I remember that there was a tagline that, and I thought, okay, so yeah, everyone needs it. When they talk to their prospects, everyone needs it. But you a student, yeah, an interested student in your case. So basically, it is okay. In our case, yeah, we have answered it one sentence, and to us, this is it. We look at the data. And we collect data from students as they learn. We transform it into content for teachers with artificial intelligence. We make teaching more efficient at the best price for you. And we add and at the best rate per hour for the teachers. Okay. So when you ask yourself, when again, everyone for you individually, you have to ask yourself another thing. We have asked this question for our company. Yeah. So what do you offer to the market that is not already offered? This question, it's very important. So it's not because you are here. Everywhere, no matter where you are, if you are doing something, you have to ask yourself, basically, this has to do with your value. What am I offering to the market that is not offered already? So if your answers are still, I adapt to your needs, I'm going to use the Georgina's sentence, this is your strategy is dead. Forget about it. If you're offering, what am I offering to the market that no one is offering or no one has offered already? If your answer is, oh, I am passionate and I put so much patience and I have quality and so on. So again, this is something that leads to a dead-end strategy, all right? For us, when we are asked, okay, so what is, tell us about your benchmark. So how are you unique? We always feature three things. Again, they're the same, always, once and again. They're the same. There are efficiency. We measure ourselves with the rest in terms of efficiency, cost effectiveness, cost, price, and scalability. The same for us as an organization and for you individually. So if you can convey a message that is based on you are more efficient, and you are more cost effective, then definitely the third element, scalability, will come. It will be with you. It will monetize. That's it. So if you're able, and this is very, very important. Now that we know our value, how do we communicate it? So we look at the data to collect information in real time from students, analyze what they know, what they don't know. We translate that into content for teachers to make teaching more efficient, not to repeat things that they already know, not to teach beyond their capacity to understand, just the right things, the right content. And we do it at the best price for students, at the best rate per hour for teachers. That sentence, guys, is a game changer. This is your tagline. This is it. So if you look at it and if you're able to identify exactly how you make more efficient, and Georgie, it can be applied to any solution. So they go with, I need to pass an exam. What are spindles? Spindles are exactly the same. Spindles is making more efficient the process of passing an exam. Cost effective, super cost effective. Will you scale from it? Absolutely. You put it in a group of parents, you are going to scale. And this is so easy to put in a group of parents. It's just you send them the URL and you say, and you tell them, just share it with anyone that might need it. They will knock your door again and again. Yeah, so basically it's very simple, and all your strategy, you have to ask yourself this question. Am I providing an efficient solution? Am I providing a cost-effective solution, cheap solution? Doesn't mean cheap for you, cheap for them, for you. It has to be profitable. Okay. So, who wants to recap? For instance, Kirsty, if you were to communicate, are you there? Or Luis? Oh, yeah, Kirsty.
Hi, sorry.
Yeah, if you are to explain your value proposition, how would you word it?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know how I'd put it in my own words.
Okay. Luis, can you help Kirsty?
Well, I would, you know, my pitch would be like, we usually, we associate quality with a high price, right? Because if something is quality, it should be more expensive, right? Well, my pitch would be something like, would you give me the chance to prove to you that I can offer high quality at a lower price or at a cheaper price?
Okay, Luis, don't ask for permission. You just take it. Take the right to explain. Don't ask for permission. It will be given to you. Kirsty, just over to you again. I'm going to give you two clues in your explanation. Efficiency and cost. Now give it a go. Explain your value proposition with these two things, thinking of efficiency and cost.
Okay, so I say something like, you can choose what's best for you, so you can have the effectiveness of either one-to-one lessons, or you can have the effectiveness and the cost of a better cost with the group classes.
But explain how they can achieve efficiency. Explain it to me, because you know it, but they don't. So explain. How do we achieve it?
My mind's gone blank. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay, Josie. Let's help Kirsty.
Well, I was just going to say one thing. I personally use the word affordable rather than cheap, because when I hear the word cheap, I think of low quality. When I think of affordable, I think, oh, that's something I can afford to do.
I love it.
That's
I take it. So much better. Affordable,
Yes.
okay. So if you were to, if you were to explain it to, like, explain your value proposition to a student, how would you word it? With these two things, efficiency and cost in mind.
So, yeah, how would I word it? I mean, this is something I'm constantly trying to adapt, but I think, yeah,
So,
we
okay.
we offer affordable. Yeah, I find it's really hard to sort of on the spot think of like a nice, clean sentence.
Start with efficiency, not with, because you're starting. We offer affordable. No, start with
Okay.
efficiency. So,
So
first is quality efficiency.
mhm.
Okay. So for instance, no, go for it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think because like how to word efficiency. So we use we use a structure. Our structure uses big data and AI to track your progress and find your gaps to accelerate your learning with English, and we do that at the most affordable price.
Okay, or
Right.
you can simplify. For instance, and you say, we analyze your outcomes, your inputs. Sorry, we analyze your inputs, and we transform the needs into content to make teaching more efficient. This is it. The first part is this. We collect data while you learn. We collect. I'll write it for you guys here.
That would be good. Collecting data, I think, sounds more understandable than the analyzing output.
Okay, so first, I'm going to break it down into three. First, we collect data as you learn. 2, we transform data into content for teachers to make learning efficient. 3, at the most affordable price for you. How does that sound?
Awesome.
Yeah. The rule of 3. Again, I mean, it's a simple structure. Data. Think about it. Data while we learn. 2, we transform data into content to make teaching efficient. 3, at the most affordable price for you. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, obviously, this can have your own, you can word it differently. Actually, I'd love to hear how you would word these 3 ideas. It's just 3 ideas in your own words. It can be with your own words. It's important that you use your own words for the same concepts so that it comes natural when you talk to someone. I really welcome you to or encourage you to write your own value proposition based on these 3 things in your own words. I did it when I had to pitch in the South Summit, and it came naturally. Yeah, so you do it so that it comes naturally to you. But basically, this is it. We collect data as you learn, then we transform it into content to make teaching more efficient at the most affordable price for you. 3 things. 3 things to remember once and again. How great a teacher you are. You tell them this, and they're going to live the rest of what you're going to say. Then you can talk about flexibility. Then you can talk about everything. Yeah. So you just tell me, guys, because it's very important. Why don't you send me in a private message your value proposition? Every one of you here, you send it to me, because if you write it, you're going to internalize it. And then I'm going to be more helpful next time we meet individually. I will be able to help you better. So in a private message, doesn't have to be, in a private message, you send me your value proposition and I'll give you my feedback. Yeah. Okay, so what else? So wanted to just raise another thing. It has to do with spindles somehow. So because it's important. I mean, we've made this alliance with 2 schools already. I'm talking to someone in Poland that hopefully it was a teacher that is a referral from Nicola. And hopefully, well, people are getting interested in this. So when there is one thing that I'd like you to think, or us to think out loud, when you improve efficiency, it's a paradox, you decrease actually learning time. So the more efficient you are, the faster students learn, which means that retention falls. Retention falls. So we don't have a classic of language schools would be, I take you at 8 years old and until 18, you're a client of mine. So 10 years, all certification, I have a business. In our case, it's different. So in our case, just because we advise them to listen to English a lot, increase exposure, it improves efficiency. This fact alone, let alone the use of artificial intelligence, and let alone the fact that we collect data, that we transform it into content for teachers, and at the most affordable price, of course. But when we do so, then they learn faster. So as a consequence, we are going to, at some point, stop having that client. What can we do about it? What do we do about it? Georgina, what can we do about it?
First of all, I was just going to say that this is also a value, like a claim that we can use, because everybody wants to learn English and fast. So the fact of what do we offer that's different, also that effectiveness, which translates into learning faster. So that's eventually what can we do? Referrals, because those people are gone. We don't want chronic students, or we can advise them to stay. I don't know. But if somebody has a good experience using a product or service or whatever, so they're going to spread the word. So what I would do is say, oh,
okay.
Okay, do you have anybody else, or help me, or I'm happy? Well, now, I don't know, discount, whatever. So I would use that for opportunity of growth.
So referral is one thing. And then you have to ask yourself the question, if I've been able to solve this pain of my student, then I'm going to be able to solve more pains. And throughout their school life, they're going to have more, several, yeah? If I'm able to prove if being efficient and cost effective in language learning, in English learning, I can do the same for any subject. This is exactly what we are claiming. Yeah, and this is exactly what where we're heading to. So next in our project is, okay, if I'm able to do that with languages and I've validated it, I'm going to take it to other subjects, to the global market. And the first steps are spindles. So with spindles, we've seen that we've increased effectiveness for passing an exam in science, in Spanish language, in maths, and we're going to test it in other subjects too. But there are already evidences that this model works. So when you base all the solutions on efficiency and being effective, then you have the possibility to accompany students throughout the whole school life. Means that you will be necessary for English, but also for science, also for coding, also for maths, also for Spanish, for any subject. So this is a long-term strategy, believe me. And when you apply this principle, again, rule of 3, when you apply the principle of I collect data from students as they learn, I transform them into content to make teaching more efficient at the best or most affordable price, you have a winning rule of 3, a winning formula. Okay, Now, guys, I'm going to share with you the presentation, the pitch from South Summit. I promised to do so, so I have it now. I'm going to share it with you. And you, after you can watch it, obviously, and just let me know your value proposition. Just send it in a private message to me. I'd love to know it. Yeah. So here is the pitch. Either way, also I look forward to your feedback about it. See what you think about it. Okay, so anything else on your part, on your end? Okay, you Josie, share the book if you want afterwards. Okay, guys, so have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks, Radmila. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.